Volkswagen Racing supports South African motorsport. On this week's edition, it's Pro Tour action from Zwartkops, and it's the Challenge Show, Gold Bargain Challenge and the Altec Porsche Club Challenge. A big thanks to Gold Bargain for this race action from Zwartkops. Late summer and lots of thunderstorms predicted for racing here at Zwartkops. It's going to make it very tricky for these guys, but of course a championship is up for grabs, and everybody will be giving everything they can to take the victories. In qualifying, Calvin van der Linde in Class B was over a second quicker than Rory Atkinson and Quinton Thompson. Ryan Tholey quickest in Class D ahead of Steve Hurley and Dion Holiday.
You're one of the front runners, but you're always in the mix. There's always some action around you.
Yeah, no, we're just battling to get that little break. We've had some good dicing, good racing, and we're just going to give it our best.
We always see the flight hand cleaner car get a little bit loose towards the end of the race. Is there any problems with the vehicle that you've kind of work on?
We're working on the setup. My competitors are really fast. They've done a lot of homework and they're doing a very good job. So we're also working hard.
We've seen all the lighties come up from karting, and we've seen you step out of that Beetle that, you know, it looked like it could show some promise but never really delivered. You're into the Polo and you are flying.
Yeah, no, the car's brilliant. I see we're a little tiny bit off pole, but all day yesterday it was the fastest car here, so maybe I just had a bad night's sleep or something, but we'll sort it out in the race.
The arena of motorsport is set for race one of classes B and D, and down towards turn one, it looks like it's going to be Atkinson who's going to get the whole shot. Around his outside will be Calvin van der Linde, quickest man in qualifying by over a second. Nate, this youngster is really coming on and coming on strong.
Calvin van der Linde goes right around the outside. That is racecraft of note. He goes around the outside where there isn't rubber laid down. Have a look at the understeer coming out of Quinton Thompson's car. He is on the race line, and what happens is the car just gets up on top of the rubber and starts to slide.
Yeah, with the water from this morning, a big thunderstorm and a little bit of rain expected a bit later on today, things are going to be very tricky, and especially here at Zwartkops on these tight and twisty corners, especially this one here, turn 2, or an ex-con corner. It looks like a good start there from Hurley. What happened to Tholey though? He's had a problem in the start and wasn't able to make it to the grid.
Tholey's car, unfortunately, not making it to the grid. Broke a Welsh plate. Whoa! Off the racetrack.
Stewie Mack.
That Stewie Mack has just gone wide. That's turn 4. He just forgot to tramp the brake enough, and off he went.
Yeah, down into the kiddie litter. Good move here from Rory Eland, moving up on Peter Thompson, sneaking one position back as they come up towards Sassel Corner. Turn 5. This is going to be hard, top of the hill, late braking. You've come from almost the second quickest part of the circuit at the top of the hill there. So you've got to be very wary on how you climb on that brake pedal. Otherwise, things are going to get out of shape.
Look how the guys are riding all kinds of strange lines. Rory Eland is going all over the racetrack. It looks like he's slightly drunk, but he's actually riding where there is more grip than the normal race line. All over the racetrack, great racecraft or rain racing for these guys. But out in front of Class D, we've got Dion Holiday. Dion is out in front of Steve Hurley, who's out in front of Wouter Roos right now.
Justin Taylor, the only Jetta racing in the world at this stage, really pushing hard on his tail is Van Vletter. So it looks like the D battle is going to be a very tight one too. Steve Hurley in the Koning Shocks machine, really good. Oh, there's a move. Warren sneaking up on the inside there, nearly making it stick, but having to just come out of it.
Warren Muir going up the inside of Wouter there, but back to the front of Class D, we've got Steve Hurley and Dion Holiday all sideways through there. You can hear the guys gearing down to make sure they got ultimate power out of these things. But have a look at the great drive there from Rory Eland. He's doing a superb job of riding everywhere but the race line, which is giving him the advantage.
Well, Peter Thompson under attack now from Andrea Bate. Andrea's going to go on the inside. Looks like she's got it. Yeah, absolutely perfectly done. Comes up on the inside. Whoa! Thompson turns in on her, and Andrea Bate, bang, into the wall. Watch out, Philip Cruiser.
Whoa!
Woo-hoo, that was close.
Oh, that was some insane racing. Peter Thompson just simply turned her around. End of story.
I don't know if he saw her, to be honest, but he definitely felt her because he turned her around, and here we go on board. You can see Andrea's right alongside. He's past the B pillar, and that's when it gets kicked in. Thompson turns across and just turns around and big bang into the wall. Congratulations, man, for hanging on to that, and well done, Philip, for missing her as she came back across the track. Wow, that could have been very worse than what it was.
On board again, Peter just probably doesn't steer or does steer, but because of the water, it makes the whole effect so much faster. But some great reaction time from everybody to miss her.
Sure, Philip Cruiser especially. Right, so back to the front end, and you can see things are really heating up here in Class D. Looks like Van Vletter's come through, and well, there's a problem on Steve Hurley's car. He's dropped back, and just ahead now, Piet Potgieter.
Now he's ahead of Piet Potgieter. not Piet, but off goes Warren Muir. Warren out braking himself, going into 2. Can he keep it going and not get it stuck? Yes, he has. He's going to get back into the game. He's probably kicking himself for doing that, but he will get back in it. That's just experience. Out goes the safety car, though. Something else has gone wrong.
So Pretoria No Toyota supplying the safety cars as always. Yeah, it's Zwartkops. Something's gone wrong. I think it's the tricky conditions and the wetness out there. Calvin van der Linde was miles ahead. He's now got it all to do again, but the way things are going, guys are slowing up quite dramatically there. The 2 Rorys just ahead of Thompson. You can see Thompson moving across, having a chat to somebody on the wall there. That's how slow he's going across the line. So
I think it's broken, Greg.
that's a big pity. If it has, that's not the way he wanted to finish up here. So Rory Eland now has got ahead of Rory Atkinson, and so is Calvin van der Linde. If they aren't awake when this safety car goes back inside, they might be able to get away again.
Yeah, and they're going to be miles away. Having a look, there goes the safety car. It's gone back inside. Let's see how the guys bunched up. Not really. And Calvin van der Linde jumps on the throttle and has a go. He gives himself a bit of a breather. Rory is now using the race line. So it's Rory 1, Rory 2. Not sure which one's going to end up 1 and 2, but there we go. Behind him we've got young Earcoat. He's doing a great job in the rain. And further back is Class D.
Creation Wealth Golf. Red with yellow wing mirrors there is Craig Earcoat. Class D is Dion Holiday. Justin Taylor's in there as well, and Van Vletter. As they come into the brakes for an X-Con corner, look at how close these guys get in the Class B battle. Atkinson once passed bad. Rory Eland snuck through there during the wetter part of the race. Things have dried up a little bit here, but not much.
Yeah, the guys will think that there's grip, but and there is going to be a whole bunch of it, but at a certain point the grip's just going to go away. But the speeds have gone up. The track is just as slippery as it was, and this is when the crashes become real.
Certainly do. Holiday, you can see losing out there, and he goes. No, he's not.
He's actually gone up the inside of Philip Cruiser. Yeah, is that Philip? Yeah, I think it is. He's going up the inside. He's got his head down, and he's trying to make a big gap between himself and Steve Hurley at the moment.
Well, he's trying to get away, and he's using the Class B competitors to his advantage. Sneaking on the inside of Cruiser up into Sassel corner. Lightly on the brakes, lightly on the throttle coming out, and he puts a car between himself and the next Class D competitor.
Some great driving there from Dion Holiday. He's going up the inside of Peter Thompson. Peter probably got a bit of an ailing motor car due to the impact that he had with Andrea in that squish golf. That she's got a new sponsor. It happens to be a squish, and it's squished into the wall, but yeah, that's just how it is.
Justin Taylor going to do the same thing now, looking for a way past Philip Cruiser. Cruiser might have had a bit of damage to his car too when he took evasive action going past Andrea, but right now he managed to keep the Jetta behind him. Peter Thompson's done the same thing, but there goes Holiday on the inside. Can he sneak through? No, has the door firmly shut on him. And maybe Peter Thompson didn't see the rabbit running across the circuit.
Yeah, I think that there was a Harsey in the way for him, Peter. But going up the inside now, maybe this time Dion can get the balance of the throttle there. There it is, squeezing it on. As you can hear, very, very gently. Peter Thompson, because he ran off the race line, gets much better drive out of turn 2 and manages to stay ahead of Dion Holiday's Polo. These cars, the Polo is supposed to be slightly stronger, yet it is a little bit heavier, but in the rain, in the racing, there's no difference.
Yeah, even Stevens for everybody out there, and Justin Taylor just showing how even it is. Cruiser normally running way ahead of these guys, and he gets overtaken by Justin Taylor in the Jetta. Going past Andrew Bates' car once again onto the braking markers. Holiday very good on the brakes up into 5. Can he make it stick? Oh, he's running a little wide there. That might cost him. Can he keep it all together? He's going to come back. Yes, he is. He's going to put it around the outside of Peter Thompson out turn 5 and 6. This is amazing driving.
This is the horns coming out. What do you mean amazing driving? Here it comes. Holiday once passed and he has decided, how about now? And there he goes. Peter Thompson eventually deciding, okay, I'm not in the race with you. All you're going to do is take me out the game, because as you can see, Dion trying really hard. And Peter spins. Does he spin it? Big tank slapper from Peter Thompson. Well caught on Peter.
Yeah, 1 lap to go as they cross the line. So nearly ended up in tears. This is Steve Hurley. He's a bit further down there. He's running currently in about 3rd place in the Class D battle, but he's going to have to worry about the Batmobile. Because Henry van Vletter, if he gets past Thompson, might have a go. These guys have got so closely matched, evenly matched, I should say, as they come through Goldwagen corner now. The 2 big jumbo Golfs. Golf 2's going at it.
Yeah, Steve Hurley's coming back through the field. He unfortunately lost it in the water and had a spin, and he's coming back through the field. He's aiming at Holiday, and Holiday's not that far ahead of him right now, because as you know, he was scrapping with Thompson just about a lap ago. There it is. He's only a half a straight ahead of him. There's Hurley. Holiday's just gone through the corner. Thompson playing Dr. Block here on Henry van Vletter. Van Vletter goes around the outside. Thompson squeezes a power on, and let's have a look. Drag race to turn 4. One guy on the line, one guy off the line. Let's see who does it.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see who comes to the line. This is the man who has not been bettered at all in race number 1. He got away at the start, and he has dominated so badly that he's got 10.5 seconds between himself and his next competitor, which should be one of the Rorys. We'll have to wait and see which one it is, but what a great race for the youngster, Calvin van der Linde. He's 15 years of age in June and comes across the line to take another victory in the Goldwagen Challenge Class B.
He didn't take the victory there, Greg. He smoked them. He absolutely drove away from the guys in the rain. Great job. No rain experience in a race car, and there it is.
Breland taking second, Atkinson in third, and Dion Holiday Class D.
Calvin, we thought you were going to take a little while to come to terms with this, but you are dominating this category now. That was over 4-second win.
Well, it was just a matter of keeping it all safe and just keeping it clean the whole way. And I managed to get a comfortable one, I'd say. But I just want to say thanks, a huge thanks to the Ferrota Racing team. It's thanks to them that I'm in this position, you know. Thanks to Lee, my dad, everyone just for helping me get to grips with this new series and everything, and I'm loving it.
Dion, it looks like today we're finding out who the kings of car setup are and who the kings of the rain are.
You know, it's difficult. It's very, very wet out there. Some of my buddies went, Ryan Filet, there's a bit of problems there in the Nathan cars that's been prepared, so things gone wrong. But a win is a win. I have to take the win.
No doubt about it. Let's see what's going to happen in the Class A and C battle. George Economides was quickest out there. Not far off is Gerard Henning and Baldy Monkeys in third. Brad Hall, a big surprise at the front end, ahead of Andre Needham in Class C.
There's very few passing opportunities on this track unless you get physical.
I haven't looked at the times, but I think they're very, very close. So, yeah, I think we're going to have an awesome race.
I think Gerard Henning ran away with it down at Pekisa, so we need to get the boxy Mark 1s back up the front.
Yeah, we're making a plan around that one, so watch the space.
I think you can go for this one.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm thoroughly enjoying it. It's my first year in Class C and loving the car. It works really well, getting used to what it does, and I think let's give it a good competition. I mean, that's why we're here. We're here to learn and looking forward to it.
Class A is always a very, very tight affair, especially up here in Goldwagen Challenge and at Zwartkops. And it looks like Valdy's not holding back. He's going to give Gerard Henning a very good run for his money down towards turn number 2. But it is the Wealth Avenue Golf out front.
George Economides goes straight into the lead. Gerard Henning goes to the line. Baldy Monkeys goes up the inside. On the outside of him, we've got Jean Gerber. Inside of that is Eddie Rodriguez, it looked like. And
100%.
This is the start of Class C. Andre Needham goes up the inside. Brad Hall is left out to dry. Did he get a bit of wheel spin? Who knows? He's getting used to this motorcar newcomer in this field. But out front goes Andre Needham. He battled at Velcom at the last race, and he wants to put his head down and make up some points.
Good start there from James Hurley. He goes around the outside, being forced a little wide there by the red Golf on his inside, and if I'm not mistaken, that's probably going to be Craig Gammy. So Gammy with the Ultravision Golf really getting a fantastic start. He's up to about 4th place as they get onto the back straightaway, but side by side there with James Hurley. Back to the front end. Look at how things are heating up here.
Whoa. Baldy Monkeys hard on the brakes, locking the car up. He goes up the inside of Gerard Henning to have a go at him going into turn 8. Can he slingshot and go up the inside? Is Gerard going to go defensive? Have a look here. Yes, Gerard squeezes him a bit. Whoa! We've got Charles Smallberger and Needham. Was that Barry Groenewald? Sorry, those cars are so similar. It's Needham and Groenewald by the looks of things. But back to the front. We've still got Baldy Monkeys. He's up the inside of turn 1. There it is. He makes it stick. Gerard Henning has to let Valdy go through. Great driving there, Valdy. He set it up right back at turn 6 on the previous lap.
Certainly did. Brad Hall falling back now. He was our pole sitter and he's been eaten up by 4 cars so far. Gammy's ahead of James Hurley. You see that battle's going to rage right the way down as James Hurley sneaks on the inside. It is Barry Groenewald's car that was parked on the left-hand side there. So unfortunately, not having a great day's racing so far. Hopefully he can get that car sorted for the next race and get out for heat number 2. There's a move. Hall up the inside, sneaking through. Craig Gammy demoted 1 more position back down again.
Hall trying really hard. Have a look here. Gerard Henning having a look at Baldy. Is he going to put pressure on him? Up the inside of Jean Gerber goes Eddie Rodriguez. This is into turn 4, the fastest part of the racetrack. Some great respect there. They leave each other just enough space. Not more, not less, just enough. And Gerard Henning hooks up the inside of Baldy Monkeys. Can he make it stick? Baldy's going to... Whoa, they run wide. Baldy gets pushed off the racetrack. Gerard uses the whole road and a little... Oh, and he spins it. He throws it away, going into the top. A whole bunch of cars slamming into the side of that thing. And that's a big pity for Voldymankis.
Yeah, Voldymankis is coming back onto the circuit at the wrong place at the wrong time, and a whole bunch of cars getting involved there. None other than Gavin Ross, Charles Smallberger, we already saw was out. Then, of course, Jean Gerber getting involved there too. Mankis is stuck on the sideline. So there's a couple of cars out of the Class A battle that are stuck up at turn 6. Class C getting through with no problems there. Fortunately, they were too far back to be affected by that one. But you can see Jean Gerber, Voldymankis still stricken at the top there. There's Charles Smallberger. He gets out. You can see he's not happy. Gavin Ross is not happy either. And Voldy drives away going, I don't know whose fault that was. I just came on and everybody was in my way.
Yeah, Gavin really, really grumpy. You can understand why. His car is like seriously damaged and banged. And he doesn't really know why. I'm sure when Voldy explains that it just got insane at the top of turn 5. Threw it away, going back on with dirty wheels. Unfortunately, it's been raining all day, so that the car was full of mud, full of sand, and bang in it went.
Gossman fortunate to get away with that, but you can see there was nowhere to go for Jean Gerber, nowhere to go for Gavin Ross. They basically went head to head there, and young Charles Smallberger just had to get out the way, and he just got clipped by the impact coming from Gavin Ross's car. But we've got to restart after a safety car, so second safety car of the day for the Goldwagen Challenge, and we're halfway through the race, 5 laps to go. Who is going to take this Class A battle victory?
George Economides got his head down and driving as hard as he possibly can. He's got Gerard Henning behind him now. Voldymankis is not in the way. Can Gerard hang on to George, or has George got the edge on these guys? Wayne Masters back in the fray after a long let-off. He's back in and trying as hard as he possibly can. On board here with Kurt Wesson as we go down behind Wayne Masters, down into turn 4. Listen to how they wind these Golfs up. They rev them to the absolute limit.
Everything she's got, and then just slightly roll back on again into turn 4. Gossman sideways. Masters is Golf 4, hanging on for dear life, but only just there in 5th place. That's Kurt Wesson, as we said. Behind them comes a really tight battle here. I can't believe how close these guys are getting. Simon Mosley, he's got problems of his own coming up on his inside, and that's Quinton Needham. Needham sneaks through. Has he got it? Yes, he has. Great driving from Quinton Needham, just forcing Mosley wide, under brakes in turn 5.
Mosley sees him coming, leaves him the space and lets him go. Having a look on board here with James Hurley. Hurley goes up the inside. He's going up into turn 5. Let's see who's latest on the brakes. Hurley's got the line. He squeezes him. He holds it nice and straight, and he turns it in. Does he run it wide? No. A great job there by that young man.
Yeah, Piazza Musa, unfortunately, no answer at all. He knew he had the inside line. Brad Hall trying to come back. He's just seen what James Hurley was able to do, and maybe he can make a plan there. Portleader wants through too, so we've got 4 Golf 1s at the front end of that Class C battle.
And so does Gerard Henning. He wants through in a big way. He's right behind George Economides. Andy Gossman sitting right behind Eddie Rodriguez. There's a battle for first, there's a battle for second and third and fourth and fifth. There's Wayne Masters. The guys are just sitting there going, okay, the racetrack's not quite dry yet. Who makes the next mistake? And I'm going to have it.
Onto the back straight. Wealth Avenue taking on the RBTS machine. As they go down, it's Golf 1 versus Golf 2. George Economides will make that Golf 1 very wide so that Henning cannot sneak through. Eddie Rodriguez will have to do the same thing in the Polo as they go through 4, heading up towards turn 5. Here comes Henning. Oh, he's getting very, very tricky. Going right, going left, trying to sell him the dummy. Economides doesn't fall for it.
Economides has been around this racetrack a lot, and he knows exactly where to put his Golf 1 to make it even wider than Gerard Henning's Golf 2. Gerard is probably getting a touch frustrated, but the respect in this racing, the guys just don't bump. Not like we do in production cars. We push and shove and carry on, bob and weave and get to the front.
Now find a way through, that's what you got to do. Oh, we spoke to Economides and we said to him, you had to get physical. He's having to get physical. Oh, a mistake though from Henning. Runs him wide onto the dirty stuff. Oh, he's going to have dirty tyres turning into turn 1. Oh, exactly what I thought.
There it is.
That's how you get it wrong through turn 1.
Oh. He got it wrong at turn 8, unfortunately. Got it all sideways. Didn't think about the fact that there was going to be absolutely no grip on his tyres going through the sand, grass and water, and you just not going to have any grip when you go through the next corner, bud.
The way he got lit up through turn 1, it looks like he was in a 4-wheel drive Golf because all 4 wheels were spinning and he was going nowhere other than the inside wall. Look at Gossman though. He sneaks through on Rodriguez, and that is a crucial move at this point of the race. Moss is going to try the same thing. Will he get it? Yes, he will. Rodriguez just being caught out here by 2 very determined Golfs.
Eddie Rodriguez was probably watching Andy Gossman going, hey, how did you get the slingshot? And then Wayne Masters takes a tow, takes a draft, and forces his way past through turn 4. Some great driving there by these guys.
Andre Needham under pressure now from Brad Hall, who's come through nicely. So it's 1 and 2 as they started, but roles reversed from the pole position because Brad was on pole, Needham was on the inside. Is he going to be able to keep him at bay until they get to the final corner? Goldwagen, where we see our Wealth Avenue Golf about to take its first victory for the day in the hands of George Economides.
Great drive there by George Economides, but out in second place now comes Grossman. Wayne Masters ends up in third position, and in Class C we got Andre Needham and ahead of James Hurley due to a penalty that was given to Brad Hall.
Andy, tell me how that race went from your side. It looked like you were having the time of your life out there.
Yeah, no, it was hectic. What was happening was the guys were fighting in front of us, which was fortunate. I think towards the end, Eddie lost gears. We got a chance on him. Up at the top, we had a couple of incidents. The cars were taken out, so we got a second, which was good for us for today.
Tell me how the race went from your side.
I'm telling you, it's unbelievable. The guys are respecting each other. Mr. Brad Hall, he was just fantastic. I had a good start as usual, and I kept it till the last lap, and then he was trying to take me. I blocked him, and I got it.
Goldwagen Heat 2s after the break. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Zwartkops. It's continued action from the Pro Tour, and as you can see, it has started to rain again, but dried up. But we're expecting more rain by the time we get to the end of the day's racing. So this could be a dry race for the start, and then possibly get a bit wetter later on.
Out the blocks goes Kelvin van der Linde, though. A great start there. He's ahead of Rory Eland, and behind him is Rory Atkinson. They're ahead of the Mark 1s and Mark 2s of Stuart Mack and Peter Thompson. Their heads down. The racetrack is dry, so I'm sure he is going to put his head down and go as hard as he can. What happened here? Pet Potgieter, a great start. Did he start early? He might have gone at the wrong time. Pet Potgieter letting everybody back into their positions before he puts his foot in it and has a go. Dion Holiday out in front. Justin Taylor second. Oh, bump there. That's car number 99. I'm not quite sure. Oh, that's Gavin Monroe getting bumped by Henry van Vletter. Well, they're both out of it. Gavin, can he fire it up and get back into the game?
Hopefully he can, but he's going to be a long way down. As they head onto the back straightaway now, you can see things starting to open up. Holiday out in front. Here comes Vota on the inside of Justin Taylor. Taylor going to try and be defensive. Side by side through turn 4. Usually ends up in tears, especially when conditions are a bit slippery like they have been all day. Things have definitely dried up for this heat though, so it might just play into the hands of the non-wet weather drivers.
Absolutely. Kelvin van der Linde though showing wet weather, dry weather, whatever it takes. He's going to go as hard as he can. Atkinson has got ahead of Eland. Rory Atkinson has passed Rory Eland. Behind him is Stuart Mack. Then we got Quinton Thompson, who had a failure in the first heat, and he's coming back. He needs to try and capitalise with as many points as possible and try and defend his title.
Certainly has to try and do that, but right now, back where he is, behind Stewie Mack, or going on his inside as he goes into an ex-con corner, is where he needs to be. He's got to put in the pressure, he's got to put in the moves early and not get those leaders get away from him. Wins are going to count here. They are crucial to get those points, and if he wants to retain that number 1 plate, wins is only way to go.
Absolutely. Dion Holiday out ahead of Vota Ruiz. Justin Taylor right under huge pressure. There's Ryan Thole going up the inside of Steve Hurley.
Yeah, it's amazing what Nathan's Motorsport can do with a Swiss Army knife and some duct tape. Get a car sorted out, and they're back up and in contention. So good job there, Dean. Awesome stuff, buddy. As they come onto the back straight away, though, you're going to have to do a bit of work, though, Thole. You've got to make up lost ground, buddy, and lots of it.
Hurley goes back around the outside of Thole. But yeah, we got Quinton Thompson. He's up behind Rory Eland, going up the inside. Rory sees him, gives him enough space. Will Stewie Mack go around with him, or is Rory going to go around the outside at turn 6? There it is.
Mack's got a problem pulling on the sideline there. Stewie Mack pulls onto the side. Problem on that Golf 1. What a pity, because he was in with a chance of sneaking through there, as you said, Nate. He could have gone with Thompson and got ahead of Eland.
Thompson got his headlights on, but he's got so much tape on those cars' headlights. Nobody can see he's coming. He's trying as hard as he possibly can, but I think they've left it too late because Kelvin van der Linde's gone. He's put his head down, he's opened the gap, and he's just going to try and maintain it.
Can't believe how well this youngster's got to grips with the circuits around the country, considering this is his first time out. We're about just over halfway mark, coming back up the Sassel corner, onto the braking markers, and Peter Thompson looks dangerous. He's got onto the back of Rory Eland. Eland has dropped off that battle that he was in, and unfortunately has lost a lot of ground to Quinton Thompson. So he's now been handed back into Dad's hands, and let's see whether or not he can soak up that pressure.
Yeah, he's going to try as hard as he possibly can to make that polo as wide as he can. He did very, very well in the first race, so this badge good for his overall championship or overall points for the day, and he wants to try and take a podium.
Certainly can do that if he gets it all right. Now they have completed another lap going across that line, and Peter Thompson cannot find a way past just yet. He's pushing him hard though. Let's see whether or not as we go on board with the Thompson's Volkswagen into turn 2, Renexcon corner. Turns it in nicely there. Look at the back wheel off the ground completely. You can see how hard these boys are pushing. There's no doubt that he is not an inch given here.
No inches given, but if Rory doesn't get that car closer to the apexes, Peter Thompson is going to force his way through. You know the old adage, Rory, if there's space for one mirror, there's space for two, and here it comes. Peter Thompson has a go up the inside of turn 4. Can he make it stick? There it is. Rory decides not to remove the mirror, and he has a go further on the road.
Oh, side by side coming through turn 4. Not an easy place to make a move stick, but Peter Thompson using all the wiliness that he has and gets through on that Polo Classic. Now turns into 5. He's going to try and hunt down his son, who's got a little way ahead of these two. So a nice battle between them, but they have slowed each other down. And the Giulio Sabatini Auto Stylist Golf of Elna Cruiser has now caught onto the back of them. So we've got a lady in the mix now. Can she hang on to the pace of these two cars?
Rory doesn't want to get beaten by a lady, and he's going to try as hard as he can to hold on to Peter. Peter under pressure now. Rory has not gone, he hasn't let him go, although it looks like there's something actually wrong with that car. Up the inside of Otto Russo comes Steve Hurley. Steve flicks it up the inside of Otto, runs him wide. Otto's going to dive in behind him and go down. Have a look up the inside of 8. Can he do it? No, decides not now. Maybe in turn 2.
Yeah, Goldwagen corner, always an overtaking maneuver going to happen there as they come across the line. Hurley looks good though, and he's got ahead of Vota. Wants to close down on Holiday, but I don't think he's got enough time. Holiday now looking probably about 4 or 5 seconds up the road. Enough to keep these boys at bay.
I think even if Steve Hurley catches Holiday, I think this is the first time Dion has been out in front in the dry. He's going to make that Polo so wide and possibly even right into Hurley to keep that position.
Whoa.
Oh, Van der Linde out. There's a problem there. Pulls over to the inside, allows everybody by. Some great driving by that young man. But a problem. Does look like he's going to have to go back into the pits, Greg.
It looks like he's lost the drive somewhere. Maybe it's a gearbox problem. Maybe it's an engine management system problem. Not sure. But it's definitely the end of the day. And can you believe it? He was already 9 seconds ahead of anybody else. Has to pull over and pull into pit lane.
Oh, that's just rough luck for that young man. But out in front now, a surprise is Rory Atkinson with 4 laps to go. He had a problem in Velkom and he wants to win. This is going to be the first win that he'll have this year. He's going to put his head down and drive as hard as he possibly can. And so does Peter Thompson. So let's recap. We've got Rory out in front, we've got Quinton, then we've got Peter. Both the Thompsons on the podium.
It's a nice little battle that's basically raged almost the whole way through. The Van Vletters just on the back end there and looking good. Warren Muir's there as well. Justin Taylor, VW Technics. That is the Volkswagen Jetta turning into Goldwagen. There's Muir. Warren Muir would love to get that Polo ahead of Justin Taylor's car, but he's going to have to work it really hard to do that.
And I'm sure Henry Van Vletter would love to get ahead of Elke Van Vletter, who happens to be riding right in front of him. And
Again,
yeah. Well, that's just how it is. Is she going to go to... Oh, Muir goes up the inside, locks the brakes up, slams it straight into Justin Taylor. This is probably where Henry Van Vletter is going to go past. Elke goes on the lawn because Warren Muir is watching Henry, and she goes from potentially second right back to 4th in this little battle.
Yeah, I didn't see that one coming, did we? But Rory Atkinson has hung on. The flight hand cleaner, Pabolo, is going to come through to take the victory here today. Comes up on a back marker. It's not going to be a concern because that back marker's way down. It's Fred Morowitz. But well done, Rory Atkinson. A victory in the bag in race 2 here at Zwartkops. You're going to hang on ahead of Quinton Thompson, who comes through just behind. I think he must have been thinking 2 more laps I would have been there, Roz. And I think that's what Quinton Thompson wants to do at the next round at Kyle Army. A bit further down in Class D, though, Holiday is going to have his first victory in the dry. And what a great one there for the Auto Glass man. He's going to come through to take the victory ahead of his closest rival, which was Steve Hurley, in a very similar prepared Coney Polo. Across the line there, confirmation, Atkinson, Thompson and Thompson ahead. And then we've got Class D, Dion Holiday, Steve Hurley and Justin Taylor.
Tell me about that second race, because it looked like you really found your form. You were closing on older Rory towards the end there as well.
Yeah, I tried my damnedest. Rory was just too quick. There's nothing I could do about it. I caught him a little bit, and then the brakes started giving me problems again. And well done to him.
You got that 3rd place nailed down at Zwartkops.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I'm really happy. It's the last race for the Jetta, so we won't be using it the next race. But it's a good feeling, a good send-off, and a nice goodbye for the thing.
back to classes A and C and heading down to turn 1. BMW Performance corner, and it's Goldwagen, Volkswagens all over that corner like a rash, looking for a way through. Masters on board with Eddie Rodriguez, and it looks like the rain's going to be coming. Nate, I had a look at the start, but in the background towards Kyle Army, it was pitch black, and I think this might get a bit wet.
Yeah, I even saw a little bit of moisture on the windscreen there of Wayne Masters' car as we went on board with him. But let's have a look. Oh, there's wipers in the background. People already anticipating the water, or it's, yeah, there it goes. Needham goes out in front. He's ahead of James Hurley this time, tiptoeing around the corner. Let's see who's going to be the lightest on the brake pedal to not get locked up. Up the inside comes Gammy from 4th position. He outbrakes everybody to get up into 2nd. Great job there. Blackensee follows him through the corner, going also from about 6th to 4th. But out front, whoa, that's Simon Mosley getting it all squirrely.
Yeah, Simon Mosley putting that Polo into the kitty litter and managing just to hang on. I didn't think Polo Classics came in a cross version, but he definitely got it crossed up there. Nice move from Rodriguez on Wayne Masters, just keeping it all together. He was on the inside of the track. Dirty line normally when it's not wet, but lots of grip out there when it is.
Needham goes to the outside. Can he make this one stick? No, he gets it all sideways. Not quite enough grip out there yet, but he hangs on to it. Gerard Henning has to wait for Needham to sort it out. But Blackensee comes up the inside of Gammy. Can he make it stick up into 5? A great job there. Good driving there by the young Carter. Forces Gammy a little bit wide. These guys haven't had it. Oh! Gammy returns the favor, gets it sideways, and gets the cue ball corner pocket treatment.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks for coming. You want to tap me from behind, accept your fate. You have decided to take that line and just deal with it. In the background, oh no, Grunewald sideways again. There goes Sean Gerber. It looks like the other flight hand car also being involved there. I can't believe it. That was Charles Smallberger being forced wide yet again. Here we go, back on board. This is the view from Hurley's car as Blackensee and you can see Gammy just getting it wrong. Comes across and biggity bang. It's City City Bang Bang out of turn 6.
Some pushing and shoving of note. Bang! Returning the favor on the brakes. Cue ball corner pocket in the wall.
They're just getting destroyed on that front end. Eddie Rodriguez, as you look at how wet it's getting, Nate, the rain is coming, buddy. Look on the right-hand side there, you can see that big black cloud is about to come to Pretoria. Rodriguez, once again, very late on the brakes, very good on the brakes, in fact, keeping Gospin very busy at the wheel. And in the background, Henning, yes, he got his own problems.
Henning has got past Needham. Needham was ahead coming in here last time round. Henning is through, and Andy Gospin is going to have to go like the clappers to stay ahead of these guys. They know what they need to do in the water. Kurt Wesson sitting right behind Valdi Mankis. What's the cross on the back bumper? Is that a target?
Yeah, probably. He's just targeting it in big time, there's no doubt. Now they come across the line to complete another lap out of Goldwagen corner. And you can see nothing is being asked here at all, and nothing is being given. As they come into BMW Performance corner. There's a move from Henning. He's going to be side by side. Whoa, we saw Henning get it absolutely wrong through there. Through the dirty stuff. Yellow flags are waving, so there's no overtaking at this point. That's probably why he backed out of that. He probably didn't see the yellow flag until the last second. Had to back out what would have been a great overtaking maneuver.
Absolutely. Henning looking after the game plan. He's obviously a little bit more experienced than most people would give him credit for. Gets out of it, gets Needham up ahead of him and tries to have a go. This is turn 4. This is flat out stuff. The racetrack is slippery. Let's have a look. No, Needham slams the door. Baldy Mankis hanging on ahead of Wayne Masters. Wesson is sitting there going, come on, let's get on with this.
I've got to tell you something. Wesson is impressing me here in the wet. There is no doubt about that. He has probably been the quickest driver out there in the wet conditions that are there. So, Rain late braking from Needham only just misses Gossman.
Awesome stuff. Great control of that motor car. He didn't lock it up, but it would be so easy for him to get a fright, snatch a brake and slide straight into Gossman. Gossman gave him a bit of space. Needham took a little bit of grass. Some great respect from these two drivers.
The rain is definitely getting heavier and heavier. Here we're back on board. And as I said that, Eddie Rodriguez just missing the inside of Goldwagen wall. Man, he nearly bought himself some property here at Zwartkops.
Absolutely, commentator's curse, but now it's raining. Have a look at that. The water is bouncing off of the racetrack. I'm quite surprised they haven't put out the safety car, but
it's just real rain now. We're not messing around anymore. Eddie Rodriguez coming back down to the last time he came through here. It wasn't raining as hard, but he did get it squirrely.
At the inside of Valdi goes Needham. Needham wants to come past. He's quite prepared to use Valdi Mankis as a berm and keep himself on the racetrack if he needs to. Here it is, turn 1. Valdi goes to the outside. It's probably the better line. Needham goes on the racetrack. where it is super slippery. Valdi doing a great job. A little bit of tyre lock up there by, and Valdi comes up the inside. He does a superb job. He went from like third or fourth right through to second. A spinner there, that's Gerard Hennem. Gerard has thrown it away. Don't dig it in the sand, bud. Try not to get the wheel spin. He almost got it wrong. But the water here catching out a whole bunch of drivers. Valdi Mankies capitalizing the most out of all of it and in going up into second place.
Lights ablaze and windscreen wipers working as hard as they can. Some windscreen wipers working, some not. Some of these guys might have to go to Goldwagen to get a couple of spares. Oh, a little tap! Oh, Needham's not holding back. Gossman was very, very slow through 4, and Needham came through, didn't realize the kind of corner speed he was carrying. Now into the brakes, up at 5 into Sassel. Can he do the same thing here? I think light braking, that's what is required. Look at Wesson.
Wesson doing the business up the inside of Needham. He's pulling a Needham on him. And Wesson sticks it through. Eddie Rodriguez sitting behind him there going, hey guys, you guys crash, I'm going to take it. Not only do they have water on the outside, but they've got mist and misting up on the inside of the windscreen. George Economy, oh, big sideways there. Going into turn 8, the spinner, that's car number 46.
Lyle Ramsey getting it completely wrong out of Goldwagen, and he's pulled a whole bunch of rubbish onto the track if he comes back on now, so he'll probably just stay there. Here comes, look at this. I love that. Andy Gossman using his glove to wipe the windscreen.
Where's Valdi gone?
Valdi's disappeared. He's gone missing. Weston's up to 3rd place now. Can you believe that? What a drive from the man in the wet, and things have just got absolutely torrential here. The rain is coming down in massive drops now. Oh, it's going to be a matter of time before we see a safety car. I'm expecting that. The action continues. They're allowed to race in the rain.
Oh, George Economides getting it sideways. Catching it. No, big brakes on. He just gathers it up before the airbags. Let's have a look. Eddie Rodriguez goes through into first. Wesson in the wall. Needham in the wall.
Dude, front wheel drive, drifting here. Look at Rodriguez. Left, right, and sideways, and 360 degrees.
He went from nowhere to first to in the sand pit, all in one straight. There's Valdi Mankies. The red flag is out. Unfortunately for Valdi, they're going to go back a whole lap, and it's George Economides who takes it from Andy Gossman. Andre Needham takes it from Paolo Piazzamuso.
George, I think that's going to be a Goldwagen Challenge event we're going to remember for a little while now. Tell me how it went from your side.
As I said earlier, the first race for me was like a dream come true. And this race, well, we never anticipated what was going to happen, and it happened. And fortunately, we did some last week where the setup, the car was a dream. Craig once again did the perfect job for me. Unfortunately, just before the red flag, the car cut out in turn 3, and I had my moment. And to my surprise, I look up and there was a red flag. So I think we got a double win for the day.
Awesome stuff. But Holiday is the man of the day. Goes to the top of the championship. Calvin van der Linde, even with that DNF in race 2, hangs on to second. Economides and Rodriguez, very tightly matched. A big thanks to Goldwagen for all this awesome wet and dry action from Zwartkops.